Hello, and welcome to Brit Reviews It All. So today I'm actually going to be talking about Sisters. This is season 7, episode 14, and it's called All for the D. In the info, it says Gary's savagery continues as he plants a seed in Jordan's head about Andy, all while screwing Hayden's girl right in their home. When Karen finds out Danny is telling her business, the tension between the women grows. Okay, so that's that. So, so far, I'll just start off where it left off, which was Gary. He noticed that Jordan was actually following him, um, which I thought that was insane that Jordan was doing that, even though Andy told him to back off, leave him alone. But Jordan is, which I totally understand. Your sister is missing. You are getting information from Andy that this man is insane. So, he's really worried, and she's pregnant on top of it, and she just disappeared. It's not like her. So Gary gets in the back of his car, which I thought was crazy, how you were sitting on a stakeout and you had your doors unlocked. Something was just off about that. That was the strangest thing, but whatever. He basically ended up threatening him. But as we know, as we're watching on, Jordan is not going to let that go, which I don't blame him. Okay, so that's that. Now, what else was a big thing today? Well, not today. I just watched it today. So something else that happened in the episode. I know Danny and I can't remember his name. Danny's boyfriend, whatever his name is, he actually came back and tried to apologize to Danny about him kind of snapping on her about his daughter finding the handcuffs and taking them from Danny's home and taking them to school. Notice how I said taking them from Danny's home and taking them to school. So he just kind of, I guess he really thought about it. And he was like, you know what? I kind of really blew up at Danny, and it wasn't totally on her. Like I said, and I'll say it again. First of all, your daughter shouldn't have been taking anything from her home. She basically stole it. Danny did not know that. You came to her at the very last minute when she came home. You were sitting in her place with your two kids, like, hey, can you watch the kids? I got an important thing to do. Just saying. So she's, of course, on the defense. So she's not so quick to accept his apology. He, showed up, came to work, tried to give her a rose and apologize. And I'm just like, yeah, no, that's not enough, sir. Not enough. Even though Danny is going to have to get with the program and understand that the man that you are with, he comes with children. So you're going to have to get over that and get with it, Danny. But he would have to take me out to dinner, something, buy me a nice present, not no flower. Absolutely not. I don't care. You did not have to blow about her like that. But anyway, so moving on to, let me think. I'll go back to Gary. Gary is still messing around with Hayden's wife on the side. I don't know what it is about Gary. He's just this major, like, he's a butthole. He's a butthole. He's like evil. He's everything that you could. He's the worst in a person that you could possibly think of. And this boy is messing around with your, I don't want to say that him and Hayden are besties, but this is somebody that y'all work together on several things, and you could go to him for things and he could come to you for things. So y'all kind of have some kind of, I guess you could say, a working relationship. I don't know what you want to call it, but y'all have some kind of understanding with each other. So to be coming to this man's house while he at work, sleeping around with his wife, even though the scenario is kind of off, she still is using Hayden. I think she likes him, but I think she's trying to find her next one up. Whatever is going to allow her more access to the things that she's seeking, she's going to go for that, because she's even like still like kind of like texting Gary or calling him. And like he had to let her know, like, hey, this ain't that. So you don't need to call me and let me know what you doing. You don't need to call and check in with me. We link up, we do what we do, and then we gone out. Don't be calling me with all that. So Gary done hurt her feelings, so we're gonna have to see what she's gonna end up doing. I hope that she gets some dirt on him and pretty much uses it against him to try to get back at him, and it's gonna, kind of help in other ways. Fingers crossed, we will see. Hayden, his ears are up. I know that he heard a voice, and I can't believe that it didn't dawn on him that that was Gary's voice. I think he feels like he knew that that was Gary's voice at his house, and he just had a lot of questions, and he was just kind of like eyeballing her, like, I don't know, ma'am. You say that you done with the games pertaining to between her and Hayden and the lies, because he knows who you are. He's accepted that, but something is still off. I hope that he catches her tail in that. And I thought that was what was going to happen in this episode, but it didn't. Now, going over to Sabrina and her man. Oh my gosh. This dude right here, I'm starting to get a little bit confused on what he wants. Now, they were doing their thing. It's not a secret that she's doing the whatever it is to freeze her eggs. He knows that. Y'all still sleeping around, sleeping together. Use the protection, but you didn't think to let her know that your protection came off. You didn't think to let her know that. And then even the bigger question, y'all couldn't tell that something wasn't right. I don't know. So I think what we're kind of being set up to moving forward with Sabrina's storyline is pretty much that she's gonna end up pregnant, and it's gonna be by him. And the question is he gonna be okay with that or not? I don't know. Just saying. But I would think that he would have told her. Just saying. So we'll have to see what happens there. Now going back to Jordan and Andy. With Jordan and Andy, he done let Gary get in his head and make him start questioning Andy, which I don't think, I can't really say, dude, you have to think about who you're talking to. Gary is manipulative. He lies to play games with your mind, to make you believe certain things that he wants you to believe, the kind of toy with you like that. So I don't know why he would even take that serious. I kind of just would have took it with a grain of salt, like, yeah, whatever. I don't believe you. Stand by your woman, Jordan. Even though the way Andy delivers information is very annoying, it makes you want to just kind of yank a little her, like kind of yank it a little bit, like, girl, say what you need to say. Don't go around, beat around the bush. Just say it, and don't wait. And you could have possibly helped with finding Penelope, because from my understanding, they saw blood. He had a cleanup crew. For all we know, we never saw a body, so we don't know if he has her housed up somewhere, or she is actually deceased and no longer living. So we don't know, but you could have possibly gotten onto his tail a lot quicker had you opened up your mouth and said something. You saw blood on the wall, and I don't even recall her even letting Jordan know that, and that was some key information that was needed. But because Gary knows so many people, you don't know who's actually with, kind of helping him when it comes to the police. Excuse me, when it comes to the police, you really don't know who to tell what to, so it's kind of sucky. Andy told Fatima that she is actually going to go through with helping the FBI to be a key witness in building a case against Gary, which I feel like that's a good thing to do. Like, you better do it, be on the right side of things, so that when it comes down to it, he's not trying to push things off onto you and say that you were a part of it, which we know that she was not. Now, Danny and Karen. I understand Karen being upset with Danny. I kind of feel like you know your friend, so you knew that even though you told her not to say anything to anyone else about your children having two fathers, I think you knew that she was going to at least tell Sabrina that information. So I honestly would have had no expectations. If anything, I think you should have possibly went on and gotten in front of that if you wanted to really wanted to be the one to tell them first, just because you know your friend. Or you should have required her to leave, and maybe come back and speak to you at another time, call you on the phone, whatever it may be. You should have told her to do that instead. But you let her stay there while you gave away the information that you did pertaining to you having two fathers, your twins having two different dads. Um, you let that information, I mean, come on, I don't know what your expectation was, but she went off. Now mind you, she was already a little irritated with her because come to find out she was one of the people who kind of told, not necessarily pushed him to do it. I think she just gave her honest opinion on what she would do if she were Zach. um and it sucks because she's friends with the both of them. Um, but honestly, she just gave her honest opinion. Uh, you can't. I wouldn't fault Danny for that. Um, because that just kind of just cuts out a lot of the confusion. And thank God that you know now, even though that procedure, I wouldn't have wanted to do that. I probably would have pushed to wait until after you had the babies and then test them that way, against the DNA to confirm who's the father. I probably would have waited till then. Everybody would have just had to sit tight until further notice. I'm just saying they couldn't have forced you to go get a DNA test that early on in the pregnancy, possibly, harming yourself or the babies. Um, but yeah, so I wouldn't have been that upset because you really, I don't know why you're dragging it out. More people are, the information is leaking. You should have got ahead of it. Um, Zach and Fatima. I am kind of sensing that the way it's about to be some issues between Zach and Fatima when it comes to her schooling. I don't want Fatima to give up. This is something that she's really been wanting to do, to become a lawyer. But Fatima, you are going to have to stop letting Zach's scenario situations, you're going to have to stop letting them interfere with the bigger picture of what you're supposed to be doing. Because even though he has these things going on over here, and you're the woman of the house, you are the bonus mom, as what Zach called her. You're trying to figure out the scenario between Zach and Karen, and with the twins and all of this and how that's gonna go. You are gonna have to pull yourself back a little bit and let Zach handle those things. You can still give your opinion, but you don't have to hover over him. He is not a child. Now, when it comes down to the bedtime thing with Michael and all of those things like that, you're gonna have to let the daddy do that so you can go do what you need to do. Period. Just be like, because you're not gonna do it right. No. Well, if you're not going to let him do those things, then don't complain about him not doing it. When it comes to getting up in the morning and getting Michael ready and all that stuff like that, when you get up, make Zach get up and do it. Okay? Because he's not working like you're working. You still have your regular job, and then you're also in law school. You got to take it serious, boo, and back up off of Zach's, I don't want to call it drama, but Zach's baby mama stuff. You're going to have to back it up a little bit and let him and lawyers kind of handle it. I understand that Zach, he a lot of times works from an emotional place when it comes to making decisions that are very important, but you're going to have to let him do it. Okay. So overall, I think that was everything that I can recall. I know that Karen is asking Sabrina and Pam to do her baby shower. I thought that was really cute. I think there's going to be some drama with that because Karen is probably not going to invite Danny, and it's going to be a issue with that. But and also with both of the fathers, are they going to come? I feel like she said she wants to keep it simple, keep it cute, and I totally understand that. I mean, you don't want a whole lot going on. You don't want to feel overwhelmed, and we know Aaron, Mr. Overwhelming personality, he's definitely gonna do that. He's already jumping ahead, like, yeah, I'm gonna go buy this, I'm gonna go do this. It's like, Aaron, slow down, and thank you for doing the things that you're doing, but also recognize when you're overwhelming Karen. Back up a little bit and just go with the flow. That's all I can say about that. But yeah, so overall, not a terrible episode. We will see what's gonna happen on the following week. I don't know with the holiday for Juneteenth, are they gonna play the episode or not? So we will see. But yeah, but thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I'll see you next week. Have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.